Lovely stuff, folks. A short break, I promised you, right? We're starting pretty much on time. Only a minute late. Never before seen. Oh, they've been much better with it on recent seasons, but I do remember when there was a good 10-15 minute for certain teams. You know, they would take a little bit of time, but here we are. Back on the reset, everyone ready to go. One win, of course, on the CT side. As is always the story of Ancient. Got to have a good T side in your back pocket. SAW, though, I think they're perfectly capable on this map. It is one of the best, if not the best.
Yeah, they're fantastic on this map, SAW. They were actually one of the first teams that I watched play the map. I remember there was when Ancient was added to the pool and officially added to the ESL pool, of course, as well, for Advanced and for Challenger League. I remember watching them as one of the first teams that actually played it, even with their old team, their old roster. So they've been sort of applying their trade on this map and making it one for them for a very long time now, since the very beginning. Anyway, Utility flying in towards the B-bomb site. Travis gets one with his dualies toward Jaguar, but UJUX will trade him, and now it's down to Lollipop to defend. One frag will come through. Actually, Lollipop is on the flank. He's already got one pick, so he might be a big threat, and there we go. UJUX goes down. One punt will be good. They manage it. They're all getting it removed from the server right now. Lollipop looking for the last, and he gets it. And that, Scriv, is a beautiful start for Lollipop. Very clean shots.
Yeah, I thought once the trade came in towards Jag that they were really in for a tough time. You know, we went for the heavy execute here on the SAW side of things, clear out both those lanes, as it were.
Yeah.
But not the case. So a really, really solid recovery from one win. And like you say, Lollipop, big damage. Lovely ADR. Probably not going to stay that high for the rest of the game. But and Travis with the nice, clean 100 ADR. That's quite aesthetic.
It is, isn't it? You get one kill and die on the pistol. It's always a nice round 100. Dualies as well. And they're truly part of the meta now, I would say, on CT and occasionally T pistols. You're going for a fast play. Anyway, SAW, with that bomb plant, going for a full purchase with that, of course. We see that very often, but they didn't get many kills. They only got one kill in that pistol round. So that means their buy isn't as good with maybe Galil's and an AK as they wanted. They only have one Galil on Roman, of course, and a deal, and two Mac 10s and a Tech 9 surrounding that. They're going to go into a B again, but of course, the fact they didn't buy that low with weaponry means they have plenty of utility. So Flamey, even though he gets the first, has been tagged down pretty low, but Travis is in a great spot, and that's a lovely little slide into the cubby to avoid getting taken down. So Deco can come in and help out, and look at all the rotations. They were there instantly. Help out with that one.
Making it look easy so far. SAW gonna hard eco into this, so it'll be a clean 3-0, and SAW certainly work cut out to begin the map, I'd say. I like the new Ancient, you know. I think it's developing pretty well.
I agree.
In all honesty, and yeah, it's a good little spot. Needs maybe a little more refining, but yeah, it's troublesome. It really is troublesome. It just sort of goes back to the old map design argument, right? We maybe need a bit more time before they come out. You know, Tuscan's in at the minute. Anubis is the one that people are like, yo, add this map. It feels kind of complete.
Yeah.
I think it's blooming massive, so we'll see. But I don't know. I think it could come in for Vertigo. Maybe give it a few more months. Surely after the major, though. Everyone is... We're always hopeful, right? We wanted Source 2 for the 10-year anniversary. We didn't get it. So after the major, they should add the map. I reckon they should be like, big update coming. This would be a classic Valve move. Big update coming, right? After the major.
Yeah.
You know, the old... what was it? Fishiest guy tweet where he was like,
God,
big info on the way. Only I know, but trust me.
I was...
all that.
I was unfortunately... literally sitting next to him when he made that tweet. That was that's a wild story, but anyway, well, that's for another day. As you say, I agree. I think even though Ancient's the newest map and some people still don't like it, I think it's a pretty obvious choice to remove the Vertigo. It's most hated in the professional pool, I would say. Great to pug, great to run around on and just, you know, have some fun in matchmaking, for example.
I reckon
love it, but
the issue is always the fact that it's like they went for Train because it was least played.
yeah.
But Ancient and Vertigo are now least played, so they probably have to go for Vertigo next. B hit looking good. The mid hit, not so much. They went straight 1-for-1, right? But the B hit, because of mid presence, I guess, has been, you know, weakened up, really. 4v3. Very quick flank move from Travis. If he can find this kill on towards Story, then maybe we'd be in the money. But he's kind of the only hope that they have at this point. You actually move back in towards Cave. Flash comes around, glowing, trying to make a solo play. Doesn't work out. Travis with the trade, but what more can you really get? Down goes the AWP. Travis now alone and probably overwhelmed if Roman hadn't found that kill. Left on 1 HP, so a bit lucky, but the first one for SAW has indeed been earned with the rifles.
Exactly. 100 to kill. If you get 99, it's 100 health, and you can't get the kill. Simple as that. That's the rules. Those are the rules, and yeah, a nice try from 1win to at least do some damage, of course. It's important to do damage when SAW have got yet to get around on the board, even if it was just a retake that was kind of in vain. And they almost got the kills required, but MUTiRiS is 1 kill in mid. It's just that 1 for 1 to get the information. The fact there was a second player in mid was enough, really, to give SAW the impetus to go toward B. Now Story's got his AWP out on the T side as well. Probably the hardest map to AWP on, I would say, on T side. There's T side Vertigo, there's T side Ancient. I think the two you'd pick is hardest to get into good positions to actually get opening picks. There are choices, of course, boosts and the like, but it is tough, especially with at this sort of level when utility is being used well. That's a lovely frag from Just. That's a dink taken, but he hits a headshot first and recovers it into a 4v4.
Yeah, funny, you know, just looking pretty crisp there, and he's actually one of their better performers at the moment, and I feel like he was kind of quiet when S42 was on the roster, so perhaps freed up a bit. Him and U-Jerks doing most of the work, at least from a statistical perspective. Tag from Story onto Flamey. The old guard. Probably a little disappointed not to be on the Na'Vi roster when they won their major finally.
That's painful for him, isn't it?
It is a bit,
yeah.
It is a bit. But, you know, sometimes that's just the way it goes. That's the roughness of being a pro player. You might think it's all sunshine and roses. You know, you get to play video games for a living. But sometimes you get kicked, and it's a bit sad. Deco, creep round, and immediately goes for the rotation. So love that. Not going to give his kill away. And with just being on 10 HP, with only 20 seconds, really not looking too healthy here.
It's not. And it'll be hard to even get a safe plant. Just is going to use a little boost up, though. Oh, that's beautiful from Just. Goodness me, we've seen that once before with a boost, but not on a pistol round. Not on a rifle round, and it's working out for him on low HP. In the end, they recover the situation, but Roman gets both kills, and he looks as shocked. He looks as shocked as anyone after that one. Now that, I hope we see that one on the highlight channels later, because that play from Just was 2 million IQ.
Love to see it. Absolutely genius.
There's inaccuracy with rifles, you would think, in that scenario. I've seen it on a pistol before, but not a rifle. And Just makes it work beautifully. Need to clip that one later, I would say.
Yeah, get it going, mate. You are a little bit of a Twitter extraordinaire, you know? So not a bad grab, but yeah, I mean, really solid stuff, of course, and it's going to earn SAW their second round, regardless of how it comes. It's an unlikely win, in my opinion. So, yeah, solid stuff. They will be down to just the pistols, few upgraded. Not the end of the world for 1win, but certainly would expect SAW to even up the scoreline here pretty quickly. And look, it's 3-3, but you have to say there's a couple of rifle rounds won by SAW, which is really, really important, showing that they've got a very good T-side as predicted.
Exactly. Echo trying to shoulder spot that angle. Get a quick 1 dig, but in the end he's fallen back. He's just trying to bait the USP in of Travis here. Really be anything he can do. As you say, it should be a free path to 3. And a couple of things that you mentioned to me in the the pre-game about 1win, about their previous seasons in ECL, but I'll leave that one to you. I just want to mention is about SAW, right? I mean, I think everyone, a lot of people, as Travis very calmly taps down Roman there. I think everyone will remember the heartbreak of SAW's loss to Outsiders in the previous RMR, not the current one going on, the one before that, the one to make the actual major. And, of course, in the end, it was Outsiders to make it through. There was that 0.02 defuse or whatever it was when S42 was playing behind New Box on Inferno. The tag in midair when he legged him. I've got to say, that was probably one of the most unlucky Counter-Strike moments in history for that SAW roster. It would have meant so much to them. And, of course, S42 going to a major. Of course, now he's in Pro League playing for FDW, but Major would have been beautiful for that roster. They'd been together for a long time, that 4. And they deserved that shot, but that's how cruel Counter-Strike can be sometimes.
Indeed, sometimes how it goes. A little bit of a rough one, but yeah. The harsh mistress, the exciting stories, the ups and the downs, and all that kind of stuff. You know, it really is important, I think. But yeah, really, really difficult stuff. The other side of that coin, in a sense, you know, the one win, like you're saying, not too familiar with Heartbreak themselves. And that's the fact that in this very tournament, ECL, at the very least, you know, the earlier iterations, season 41 and 40, they came second.
Yeah.
In both of them. And there's only the one spot at conference available, so just missing out on that. And there's no sort of, you know, Russian National League or whatever to get involved in. So, no spot for them at conference 2 seasons in a row. They'd be hoping, this time, with the moves, that they can find themselves that spot. The elusive spot, apparently.
Ooh.
Bye-bye. Travis. Lovely wall bang. I was going to say, speaking of elusive spots, it's Story with his sort of first opener and first frag on the board, but immediately nullified by Trav's trade.
You're gonna play with that one, aren't you? You're gonna start to call Travis Trav and Trav Travis just to mess with my brain.
It's good. I mean, Trav rolls off quite well. Travis, you know. I guess I don't know. Do you go by Trav generally, or
I don't really
is it
mind.
just your
I don't really
sort of
care.
user, or
yeah, I really don't mind. I like Trav or Travis, really. I would say people in the casting scene, because my Twitter is like TravCS, like people usually say Trav, but I like Travis too. Anyway, more important pressing matters is the fact that we're walking toward the A-bomb site, and that entry from Roman was absolutely beautiful. Lollipop down, but glowing. That's a lovely pre-fire, actually, on towards Story. That removes the AWP from the equation, but Roman is looking very sharp so far. We saw that slick 1v2 in the round where Just had his little surf to victory. And now a couple more kills from Roman will give SAW a 4-3 lead on T side, because Flamey and Travis are off to save.
SAW looking really good, actually. I always do. I mean, I said it in the series earlier as well, because it was sort of the case. But the pistols can be a bit hard to work with and can let you down, even when you do have a nice little strat to go around. But once you got the rifles in play, maybe it all makes a bit more sense. Ooh, that's awkward. U-Jerk's going to go down to the bomb, so actually more expensive than they had predicted. They still do have the cash, but, you know, it'd be nice to not be needlessly respending. Either way, looking pretty damn hot right now, I have to say, on this T side, and I do worry for one win. We've got an early pause coming into this first half. Looks like they're going to try and spread the economy, actually, with those saves, so that's pretty big that they managed to live. But, yeah, SAW with the rifles, kind of unbeatable right now.
Indeed. Little pause coming in, just to see if one wing can sort something out here, because, of course, the buy is a bit odd. The saved AWP, obviously, will go into the hands of Deco. They will buy up an MP9. Lollipop has 2950, so I think the only real choice is the MP9 as well. Some happy faces on this floor in CT spawn, but they won't be entirely happy with the last couple of rounds. The one where with the Just Surf and the Roman 1v2 truly was a pretty, what can we say, an unlikely round for SAW, put it that way. I mean, would have felt like they could have retaken that, but in the end, it's SAW that get the early lead on T side, and that really bodes well for this attacking half.
Oh, Travis. Watch yourself on these spams. He's done a lot of damage. He's nearly found 2 kills. Wow. He'll be a bit disappointed that he's not got one and he makes it away only on 9 HP, but all the same, that damage is massive. MUTiRiS left on 2. Jeez. Glowing also going to eat the spam, so we're really in Spam City at the moment, but no kills, which is not usually the case, to be honest.
Yeah, it's gotta say that damage is absolutely disgusting. How no one's gone down yet is a mystery. Good flash from Glowing to help out Flamey for that opening pick with the MP9, but it's only the one. Deco, oh, he just gets off the angle as Roman swings. Another big headshot for him. That might actually all be down to Lollipop. Roman's actually going to switch to the AWP. Maybe he wants to sightline in towards CT, but 2 AWPs on the T side is a little bit unusual. With the MP9 here, boosted up on the left, could be a chance, especially with Glowing to play off of them. There's the bomb. That's going to be thrown onto the site, quite literally. Grenade will force Glowing back a little bit further. Of course, the MP9 is going unchecked, and there we go. It's an absolute wipeout. No knowledge on the MP9 of Lollipop whatsoever. He didn't check it. He played trigger discipline, waited for the plant. 1 win. Have a surprisingly easy path to 4.
Well, competition, back and forth. Love to see it. I mean, immediately onto the eco here, so a little bit problematic for SAW. I think with 4 in a row, they'd really like to be able to, you know, rebuy and fight for their lead. But actually, 1 winner in a really, really good spot to take said lead. Flash through the smoke here, hoping to get themselves a kill. Not really going to happen. You know, Travis is left unblind. Him and Glowing doing all the work. The ace nicked away by Roman. But they will survive the round. And, of course, take the lead here, which is good. It's been a while since they've been in the lead.
Exactly. And it's actually been really interesting as Ancient has sort of stayed in the pool for longer and longer. Just the meta evolving in that Jaguar position. I mean, I think I can't remember exactly who it was the other day. It might have been an Eyeballers game. Of course, the JW Flusher team, where I saw it. But the way Travis plays around Jaguar, just the constant wall bangs. I think there's a famous clip, I always mention it when I see it. There's a famous clip of Rain getting like 3 kills, I think, with wall bangs against Copenhagen Flames in the major, maybe. Of course, when they were at that level. Help with some grenades and stuff, and as you can see, playing around this position, he's just menace. And if you have a good Jaguar player, it really locks off a lot of the map, especially if he gets damage done. He's very handy.
Very handy indeed. Travis holding from around the pillar. Maybe need a little bit more from there. Lollipop going to get tagged up heavy here as well. So 4 on 3 really does hang on a knife edge. He does the minimal damage, of course, but it's Roman. Watch him. Oh, the player on the left. God damn it. He was in such a good spot, and then all of a sudden he gets distracted away. He gets pulled away, and he will end up falling, just trying to go for a peek. Catch some timing. Not going to happen. Story, he might get 1, but he's being flanked out. Lollipop looks away, but Story can't find the shot. You know, the sort of nick of time shot. Not going to happen anyway. 6th round for 1 win.
Yeah, very nicely done. Deco is obviously a name as well that has been quite on everybody's lips for quite a while in the CIS scene, of course, and just in the world scene in general. We want to see him on LAN. We want to see him perform. He's very, very good, but of course there isn't really any place for him to go up in the world, if you get what I mean. Maybe with Entropic struggles, they'll think about taking him over Alien at some point in the future. Of course, that's just a bit of speculation. As for OneWin's current team, of course, they will have that chance on that I mentioned at the RMR, so fascinating to see how this team performs in that situation. And once again, Travis does more dirty damage in the Jag spot.
He loves it, mate. He absolutely loves it. Just quick trade. 4v3 ensues. Glowing, though, going to make sure that, you know, they keep that solid man advantage. There's no messing about here.
Oh, my goodness.
Goodness, just on the dig. He's not going to be ready for this player on the left. Oh, but the AWP shot is missed, and Deco actually eats a bullet. If he carried on spamming, he might have taken him down. It all gets kind of wild, jumping around the angle. Travis cannot mess this up, and he will go down for minimal damage, to be honest. Bomb plant over on B, meanwhile, because just distracted them everywhere. This player's got to be heard. Flamey going to try and find the rotation, and he will, so Bit awkward story now. Just a P250. Surely not, right? A swap up from Deco onto the AK. Flaming just needs to relax. That looks to be the case. I mean, there's a world.
Hello.
I should go past him. Is he in cubby? I think he's in cubby, is he not? I don't think he's around the corner, so... No madness. I thought that as well, that maybe. But yeah, there's not a lot of time. Bomb beeping away. He's just hidden. They've got to check him. He's not getting checked. No way. Story.
Oh.
How? How? Oh, my mind is absolutely blown at that. What a blunder. And SAW steal the impossible round.
Just played that round like deathmatch. I mean, two ridiculous one-digs. The M4 play by just leaping into CT as well. The deal with Travis was unbelievable. Flamey gets the kill, but I think OneWin actually thought for a second it might have been the other bomb site. I'm pretty sure they took a very long time to get around. I think Deco might have just had to give it a second guess for a second. I'm not sure they knew exactly where it was. Flamey, I think, would have heard it eventually, but of course they took so much time. So much time to get through to the site that it gave Story every single second that bomb ticked down. Story, even with just a P250, had the advantage. Didn't show himself, realised the time situation, and even with just that P250, unbelievably, they managed to win the round. An upcoming round after that, they're going a bit faster in toward A, maybe looking to right the wrongs with a bit of a faster play rather than taking too long. OneWin. But in the end, it's looking like it's a nice hold for the CT side. They've recovered the situation.
Just about. Story. I think he has spotted this player, but a little unsure, a little panicked. Great find. All three in from Cube now. Could be great, could be disastrous. He's going to fall. Just MUTiRiS, and surely from this angle at Temple, not going to happen. Spotted. Ooh, a little weird. Molly goes down. It's actually kind of not helped him, if anything, but he finds the second. And Glowing gets off. Oh, if he'd held, the bluff was called. And MUTiRiS now surely has the upper hand. Not a lot of time left. Just has to play it and even finds the kill for good measure. Another ridiculous clutch coming in for SAW.
Unbelievable. 2 in a row. And this time it's the veteran IGL MUTiRiS to deliver. Can you believe it? SAW have 6 on the T side, and in OneWin's preferred universe, they have a lead of something like 8-4 right now. As it is, it's an even game. What a difference a couple of rounds make. How have they got away with that?
Absolutely mind-blowing, isn't it? It takes a second to sort of reel from, to be honest. Yeah, just crazy. And I mean, indeed, you do have to take a second here and really try your best to gather your bearings. Easier said than done. Nonetheless, you got to go straight back into it, right? They will be on a half buy, I suppose, but, you know, when the rifles come out, I would say a 6-6 and even scoreline like this, really good for SAW. We've not seen OneWin streak away with the rifles yet, which is a big problem.
Yeah, this is a SAW map, just to remind you guys, of course. It's their pick, and for good reason. They've had great results on it recently. They've been top quality on it. OneWin, play it, but even though they aren't bad, SAW are definitely better. I think we're seeing that right now. SAW will be very happy with 6 on the tee half already, and they could even make it a lead to take into that second half. On that preferred CT side. Utility's running low in this round, though. Of course, it is just against the sort of half buy with the Deagles and the MP9. So they only have 3 flashes and 1 smoke left. We have control in mid. Plenty of control in mid, in fact. UTIS is all the way up toward the CT doors at the moment. 40 seconds. A couple of re-smokes available for OneWin. Last one has now been deployed. So it's going to be down to the aim duels coming in here, because all we've got left are flashes and 1 nade.
Well, the easiest run up here. However, no one on B, is there? So, generally all good. Might even be an argument to be made, you know, a lollipop and a deco. Just take this weaponry into the next round. Deco's here pretty quick, though. Oh, that's a keen headshot, you know. The AWP shot miss from Story. Not the fastest or the sharpest that we've seen this evening. Big nade damage as well. Quick flank. Keep your eyes on it. Could get a bit weird. But, of course, flank held off. And they don't have that all-important kit, right? So they'll be happy with the kill. They'll be happy with some damage, but not going to find the round. And indeed, holding on to some of this armor especially will really reduce the cost into the next round.
Travis looking for one. Oh, clean. I tell you what, you can even get a second here because MUTiRiS is very low, and now Deco's here to help out the push too. So the damage hit from one win. Sure, they've lost the round, but it's very good. Look at the health on MUTiRiS. He's now 1 HP, and Hugh is stuck in the corner as well. But it does sort of tell the tale, doesn't it, Scrib, actually, of how close this half has been and how many kills one win are getting on the board. Look at their kills. Every single player is positive. SAW, every single player is negative. 2 of them significantly, and they're winning by 1 round. Wild.
Indeed. There you go. A good spot. That's why they pay you the big bucks, my dude. Oh, double nade in. Actually, doesn't quite reach. Interesting. So, bit funky, of course. Those nades are always funky.
Oh, MUTiRiS has got mid again. Now Deco could be under pressure. We'll see the flash flying toward him, and MUTiRiS is very close. But Deco, fast as anything. Fast as a fast thing, as my dad would say. Very, very quality. Once again, Story. Oh, gets a good trade to the MP9 though. There are still 2 more players on the site. So he's not going to want to give up his life here. Story, U-Jerks and Just are all not full health, so the M4 would be a one-shot headshot. Whatever range, and there we go. Glowing gets 1, but a good trade comes in. Again, 2v3. Deco still in position. They do not have a smoke for it. A lack of a smoke up against Deco is always a bit of a nightmare. Now Travis rotating in. Doesn't actually spot Just on the corner because he hasn't swung yet. He will now, and he knows the situation. He knows to relay that information over to Deco, and he'll flick up for another frag as well. 3 for Deco. Clean round, clean shots. That's what we want to see from him.
I don't know, though, man. Only the 7. I'm not sure how I feel about it, Trav. I'm not sure that it's really enough one win to be working with on a map pick that they're not too confident on. And honestly, like, I know SAW are pretty good at it, but it's going to be really rough. We've got the quick run boost. I'm not sure they'll expect this, but it's a bit weird. They're walking through the smoke, so that's all good. I suppose they have been flashing through it. But I was going to say, maybe if you're going for the run boost, don't smoke off the area that you want to catch your opponents. But all good, as they do indeed just go walking through the smoke, as they have done quite a few times. So maybe that's the read as well.
Oh, Just again with the Deagle. He's been so good so far. Now Deco's under pressure, gets 1, looking for a second, but in the end, there's just too many players to find, and that will be a great recovery from 1 win. But it's only 8. I say only because it's Ancient, and we're going to see if SAW can complete the victory on CT side after the break.
What up? Welcome back. Lovely stuff. We actually got a full-on break on the B stream this time. Love to see it. Sometimes the players, they like to jump in quick on the B stream, as they don't necessarily have an admin like holding their hand the entire way through. Nonetheless, we are here, and a substantial break to really figure things out coming into an all-important pistol. It was the meta for a long time that we'd have these 8-7 halves, and then the second half pistol would really decide things. That was before all this A1S nonsense. Just after the Krieg nonsense, I believe.
Krieg and
we are remembering our metas. Indeed. The Deagle, the power of the Deagle, I think, around that time was pretty prominent. The old Deagle, of course.
Exactly.
Lollipop with the distractionary play out towards A. They are not buying it, though.
They are not. 2 sets of dualies. So technically, there are a lot of extra guns on the SAW side. They're doubling up in the toward cave as well. That's a very interesting place to be. And look at this. They're actually giving Lollipop. They're giving Lollipop full reign of the A bomb site, actually. And should get taken down by Roman now, and he is. But that was Lollipop popping one beautifully. They will try and hunt him down, though. But that is the opportunity for OneWin to run in toward B. And Delico will try and hold the cave position pretty comfortably. Just is going to run in there. I think the Julie's ready and ready to go. Spam coming in. Damage done. It's like paper cuts, though, at this point. Very small amounts of damage through the plywood. Trying to take down one player towards CT. They need at least one frag back somewhere because they are very low now. And all the kills are coming through. Just spamming away. Running and gunning with the dualies. Yeehaw. It's all down to Travis. Winnable, though. Never mind. Just makes it 4 kills. He's been so clean so far today. And even though Travis got that second frag, 3 in total actually for him, it wasn't to be. Defuse comes in, and that's 8 for SAW, evening up again.
Okay. Could be difficult now, but you are on that T side, so you've got the bomb down. What's the move? What's the plan? Looks like they're going to go for the buy, as we would expect. So putting a fair few chips in, though, SAW could really extend this lead. And you know, that 8-7, the end of the game is not that far away. A 10-5, it's a fair amount of effort to come back from. Even a 9-6. But an 8-7, yeah, really not that far at all. So I'm curious. Quick A play. Not really many players around him. MUTiRiS with the MP9 does flash himself in. Love to see it. The 5-on-4 is good. Oh, Roman, that's ridiculous. And that might just be the round deciding shot, to be honest. I was going to say bomb going down, but even that's been denied now. And Deco, the only one. Very little damage done. An AK to be recovered. Lovely, lovely stuff for SAW.
Yeah. UJX has been very quiet so far, as you say. One of the players from the FGW days was a talent favourite in the conference, of course, where they managed to make it through to Pro League in a dream run. Also been a few swaps in the Portuguese scene since then, which we went over pre-game, but yeah, he gets himself that final kill to at least help out a little bit, and he should have some more kills on the board now with OneWin on a full eco. That spray from Roman, straight to that smoke. Basically the last bullet in the M4 clip as well. Like a Tracer's helping out for that one. How many kills is MUTiRiS going to get? There's 2 popped already. Just is there to help out. It's 3 for MUTiRiS and 2 for just Bish Bash Bosh. 10 rounds on the board. Double digits. And honestly, from this position, I'm taking SAW every day of the week. Don't know about you, but this is a SAW map.
Yeah, I'd say so. I think they're looking pretty good, right? Pretty confident. OneWin. Look, man, if you don't have this ancient T-side down, it can be a rough time, to say the least. And yeah, it does too. It's always... Look, I think at the top level, it was definitely overplayed for a few years. So this sort of mid-level, if they've got it open, they don't really like playing it on the SAW side, but I definitely feel like we could have seen ahead of this season, ahead of, you know, the RMR. They've left it open for a reason, right? They've done a bit of work on it, getting a bit more comfortable, and why not? Now is the perfect time. You've made the RMR, first of all, which is quite something, you know, with the new additions. But generally speaking, the energy that you want to have is that, look, if we lose a few games because we're trying a new map with new players, then fair. But look at this. That coordination into Jag is just gorgeous. Roman finding a kill. I think he had a bit of support as well, pushing in towards A main, it looked like. Ooh, catch with the nades in hand, though. That's where OneWin comes in, because they've got the brutes. Glowing will open up B and leave it down to just Story to hold.
Yeah, it's a cool one. That grenade could be pretty spot on, but it might actually be a bit too deep. No, it's perfect. Roman gets himself another frag. Glowing is having a great game so far for one win. 16 and 9, and Travis is on 17 as well. And that's a great entry from Flamey, and that's some old school Flamey from back in the day. Goodness me, the second kill, clean as anything. And look where Glowing is in mid. Completely catches the rotation of Story. And Flamey, I've just been transported back to 2015. That was glorious.
Love to see it. There he is. The vintage boy himself. Before Simple, there was Flamey. No, I don't know. But definitely on Navi, right? He was a bit of a hot pickup. And, I mean, he lasted quite a while. He outlasted a good number of his teammates. So,
yeah.
I think really only Zeus, you could say, had a bit of a longer tenure. Edward as well. It's all a bit weird, though, innit? Awkward fight, speaking of weird. But yeah, I think they played under different rosters together. I really don't know, because it goes back into history that's even out of my remit. I will not lie to you.
Yeah.
Those early days. 2015, cool. I could probably do.
Yeah, for sure. It was cool the other day, though, to see that BO1, to get through to the BO3 in the RMR, seeing Seized on now 9 Pandas, his current team, playing against 1win. 1win won it easily, but Amy versus Seized in 2022 might be the only time we ever see it again. Seconds left in the round, and they're trying to throw lots of presence actually toward the B-bomb site. A couple of grenades coming through that smoke as well. You have time to go back to A if they want to, but they have to make the call right now, and I think they are making that call right now. Ujux can push forward if he really wants to look for the information, because still don't really know what's going on right now. MUTiRiS also wants to give it a look, but 20 seconds, he could have a couple of kills on his plate here. They're stomping in toward his position. Flamey gets taken down, but the trade is instant, and now it's all down to the rotations. There is still one player on the site. That is Roman. He does get one, but again, only one. Flanking mid, watched for by Story brilliantly, and Deco denies that push from Ujux, so he can get the bomb planted. 1 versus 1. Story going to swing by with a P250, and that's a perfect headshot. He realised that Deco was relatively low. Call came through from a teammate, and a lovely flick with that pistol. Lucky to get away with it on 19 health, but SAW win the round anyway.
That is a key round. Absolutely massive. Absolutely massive stuff. 9-11, of course. SAW, yeah, they lose that one. The bank goes in the bin, doesn't it? So really, really important stuff. And I mean, look good. Look very good. A wild charge in. 2v1. Panic. Breakdown in communication. He just has time to get the bomb down. He peeked from the right side. I mean, what more could Deco do? Unfortunately. Well, headshot him, I guess. That's about it, to be honest. The one failing at the end. We'll see. 1win. In with an execute here. Spamming those flashes over the top. A little bit of Bird from Sky energy with this one. Ecstatic love this, where they just send the entries in and spam like 10 flashes. Still 3 versus 3, though. They've been finding kills on the extremities by the looks of it. Glowing going to take Roman from behind Story. 2 versus 2. It's Deco with the AK that I've got my eyes on. Wins out the first, and now just down to MUTiRiS. Rock on a hard place, and he will meet hard place. Lovely stuff as 1win answer back.
Perfect. Perfect stuff from 1win. And they're giving this one a good go here. They are fighting hard on T side. 2 important rounds that keep SAW's economy very, very honest. They're going to be forced into a forced buy in this one. It's sort of a half forced buy, a half buy. It's we've got some deagles, but it's mostly a deco. They are about below 1k. And MUTiRiS saving a little bit more. We've seen these sort of buys in the past. I mean, sometimes a team... Remember, it was, I think, Double Pony. And when Body He did that often. He still does it on Heat to this day. I only saw it the other day. He still has a strategy where he sort of goes for a regular eco, and then when they have around 4.2k per player or something, which is enough to buy, he'll still call another Deagle eco. I get all the utility you want in the round after. Yeah. Mainly the only thing I've really seen Body do, going playing at what has to be called a grimy angle, where he can barely be seen. Hold for the aggression. One gun taken by MUTiRiS, but that is it so far, and I think one winner choosing the correct bomb site as well.
I think it's a good move. I think it is a good move, because, to be honest, winning a force buy, sometimes it is off the back of a crazy individual play. 2-3 headshots with a deagle, which the armor might help you with. You're facing into players. But I would say more often than not, it comes down to crazy fast peek. Oh, see, with armor, maybe he gets that second player. In fairness, I'll hold the point because MUTiRiS is in a decent enough spot here as well. Yeah, I can't win it out, and I think he was going to get backstabbed there anyway. But yeah, so you either win from a crazy individual play, such as if 2 came in on ramp, sure. But most of the time, I feel like you're winning from a position getting overlooked or overwhelming with bodies, and someone being able to capitalize on 2 or 3 players zoned in on one guy. You then shoot them all in the side of the head or something like that. Yeah, or indeed, it opens up with a quick peek from a deagle around the corner.
Yeah.
Especially when you are on one of those force buys where it's not a force buy with like MP9s and a scout, like after the pistol, where maybe you have a little bit more worked out. It's more a force buy that just has armor, deags, maybe a slight bit of utility. So I do like the idea of just deagles, then maybe deagles again,
Yeah.
Because indeed, especially when the game is this close, that utility is really important. Okay, there's your individual play, by the way.
What?
He just keeps on going. But we've also got Trav down here killing everybody. So where do we look? Don't rightly know. Goodness gracious.
I mean, you can't blame any observers in that scenario because Travis was getting killed at the same time Just was. I think Just was a collateral, no? I think the first two were definitely at exactly the same time on the kill feed. And the third one must have been a nice aim. I mean, Just has been ridiculous in this game. Ridiculous. He's a top fragging player on the SAW side. In the end, Travis figures it out with 4 anti-eco kills, but in the end, it needed to be figured out pretty desperately with what Just was doing. God damn. See, it's also amusing, right? Like, you'll get people in chat saying, is this Travis Scott? And I've had that for years. Oh, there we go. Or maybe Travis Scott knows that as well. You think? Wall banging straight through the edge of Jaguar?
I don't know, Chief.
A special Travis thing?
I'm not sure.
Did that on the CT side as well?
It could be, Yeah, just one of those things. I actually think that names sort of, a lot of people that I know, like, I know a few Alexes, I know a few, at school there was like 2 girls called Amelia, there was like 4 Beths. They were all very similar people. So I feel like names give that weird sort of power. So maybe indeed.
Are you saying that I'm similar to a Russian that plays for 1 win? The Brit?
Yeah.
Fair
in
enough.
Personality or in CSGO personality, I guess. Big frag from you jerks there. That's dropped the bomb. Oh, but they go a bit wide. You have the bomb on the deck, but they chose to take the fight. And 1 win actually moving up to 13. This is really, really troublesome now. We thought SAW were in for a good chance, but actually, it's blown wide open. 1 win could win this.
1 win could win this. I mean, as I said, like, SAW, they love this map. It's their best statistically over the last 3 months, but Ancient is not bad for 1 win either. They play it. They've won 3 out of 6, so that's 50%, obviously. So that's not too bad. I mean, they're happy to play it, and we're seeing that right now they have decent calls on the T side. It does help when Travis is performing so well as well. Maybe it's a good luck charm when Travis casts Travis, he plays well. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know. But there we are. We'll have to find out for the future because there's still a few rounds to go. 1 win could have a nice path to 14, but after that, SAW will be at full strength again, and little bursts of CT rounds can always happen, especially on this map.
Oh, the flash, a little bit dodgy, but Flamey gonna get them done. Holy hell. Magical stuff, and there he is again. Vintage flamey Deco. Present Deco. Certainly one of the more impressive players on this squad for sure. And well, the buy down the middle's not really found them anything at all. Deco and Flamey to share the kills between the two of them.
Tell you what I said earlier about, I can't remember which round it was exactly, but SAW were winning like, I think it was 7-6, and they had every single player negative, whereas OneWin had every single player positive. Well, I think that's gonna probably stay the same, because everyone on OneWin seems to be just absolutely destroying people today. Headshot crosshair placement, perfect every single time, it feels like, for Deco and Travis especially. Flamey hit a lovely spray there as well. Lollipop and Flamey haven't even had to do much really this game, just be solid, and it's working so well at the moment. And now, this buy for SAW is an absolute necessity.
Ooh. Travis, though, gonna remove some of that necessity. The likelihood of it, I guess, I should say, to, bounce off your point. And he's really made them panic over on B. But a lot of fast utility, a great flash. Roman gets caught out in the open. Getting ripped apart. OneWin have got their number. And I think you just have to save now if you're the remaining two. MUTiRiS is going to fall. Just will take this AWP away. And Hail Mary, they got 4 in a row that they have to win to take us to overtime. And with it, a bad buy. And also, will they save these rifles? Not quite sure. The hunt is on.
Yeah, wild. Wild stuff on OneWin. So impressive at the moment. And Travis is that actually, obviously, we're sharing a name and everything. I have sort of kept up to date with how he plays, because obviously he's my only chance at major stickers one day. Maybe if he makes it through the RMR, who knows. But he is sort of a player that can do this, right? I've watched him in the past many times. He's sort of your average player that can be consistent, and he always has been consistent in the way of numbers. I've never seen him really perform horribly, I think he's always been a good player, especially for this level, one you can rely on, let's put it that way. But he does occasionally have a map where he'll pop off, and as you say, I mean, being the Jaguar player himself, he knows exactly where to spam on the T side too. And that previous kill in that other round was perfect, and he's hitting a lot of shots so far. 116 ADR as well.
Gaming.
Is the most in the server. So there you go.
Absolutely gaming. Shaking a little bit in their boots, aren't they, SAW? This gets very scary, as we have mentioned a number of times. Their Dust 2 does not take fancy. They are not, well, they just don't really play it, to be honest. So, worrying times ahead if they drop this one. And I mean, drop it via the T side as well. It has been a bit tough, right? They got the early string, and they just haven't been able to pick up a rifle or ultimately get the economy under wraps.
Yeah.
And they've tried. We talked about it, didn't we? We talked about what they were doing with their economy. They have indeed tried. Story. Speaking of trying, he's got to be in it. And, I don't mean to point fingers, just as look good. But you jerks and Story, the new additions, a little shaky. And this is one of the worrying things as well. It feels like, look, they might have wanted to move for a while, okay? And they're going to have a lot more knowledge and contact with players within their own country. Sure. But I do feel that the ultimate trigger was pulled based off of LAN performances, which is a very different beast. And a very different beast, especially for the Iberian region. We've seen Movistar Riders. We've seen SAW themselves look much better on LAN than they do online. And very passionate, very into it. And, that, for them, is probably a big part of playing well, is the atmosphere angle. Nice little Tarkov peek, I'm going to call that one there. From Just. They do that in Tarkov. Use the front of your gun, because you sort of have a bit of lag time. You can't quite AD round corners like you can in CS. You're a bit fat. You sort of fall round the corner, as it were. So people do it front to back, so to speak. And I think we might start to see it creep in a bit more in CS, actually.
Yep, exactly. And now it's time for OneWin to see if they can finish off the game. Unfortunately, though, there's been a couple of good picks for SAW in this round for them. 20 seconds. They're going to have to make a call. They're around towards CT and toward Donut. Just does get the damage done in the end. Well done. Let me all drop this time, and I think with the money they have, saving might be the only call, but I'd actually like to see them going for damage because I say it's pretty important. I mean, I don't think there's a chance for Deco now. Roman will walk up behind Glowing and take him out, so Deco's just miles away really from the action with literally a second to go. So hiding in Donut is fine. No worries about that at all. He can even buy up an AWP on the T side if he really wants it. Interesting that so far, One Win haven't wanted to go toward that at the moment. Because I mentioned earlier that it can be hard to get it in the action. They will buy it up now because they've got the money to do so. But sort of early rounds, they stuck with it for a bit. For example, he could have bought it that round and didn't. So, yeah, it's a map where having an AWP is, as I said, not necessarily something you desperately need. A bit like Inferno, you can win plenty of rounds with 5 rifles. But now has his AWP to counter stories. Let's see how long SAW can stay alive in map 1.
With the smoke here, I don't think they're really going to spot anything, but it's a nice enough idea. It's actually really nice. You get a great deal of vision there, don't you? But no one around. Not quite the be-all and end-all round just yet. But obviously, SAW will want to take it. They need to take it cleanly. Deco! Oh, nearly caught. Left low. Molly comes in. Just is going to continue to stick around. Can't really exit just yet. Oh, tough. Holding mouse 1. Clean spray. They will not take him alive. And U-Jerks covers his exit. Fantastic B play from the SAW boys.
Yep. Hanging off of each other nicely there. Travis trying to play with the angle in toward Cave. So he has the angle. Misses the shot. Gives One Win the information as to where the AWP is. Only taking his duel toward Donut as well. MUTiRiS has been spotted. Great flash, though. Fantastic flash to help him out. Whether he wants to leave or just swing again. There we go. He now sees he's still there. But has the free opportunity to cross back if he wants to. Lollipop walking in toward B, looking for an entry. Here's a bit of an entry extraordinaire, and he will find just in the corner. That means that gives him a free plant, actually. So, 3v4. This is their best chance yet to close out the game, but MUTiRiS has already got one as well. Travis needs to step up, can only get the 1 this time. U-Jerks will drop. Now Lollipop, 1 versus 3. Trying to hold the tight line. Story jump spotting him. They're probably going to hold the bomb, but Story does go down, and they haven't actually held the bomb as of yet. Lollipop can win this one out if he really wants to, but yeah, and I'm sure he wanted to desperately. But Roman was too strong, so the defuse will come in. 13-15. They only need 2 in a row to get to OT, and even though One Win's money is good, it's very possible.
I mean, it would be quite something for SAW, to be honest. Like I say, they've just never had the stability. Now they're starting to get it, and it's at the end of the game, you know? It's unfortunate. So, we'll see. Lot of utility usage. I mean, look at this, right? It's just immediately far more than they've used in the past. I don't think that they've really had the facilities for that, you know? As the old meme would go. But nonetheless, just down to 50. So, all the great utility can't save you from the spams.
I don't think I have the utilities for that, big man. Gave me that one, thank you. Appreciate it.
Good. Yeah, I saw him on my feed today, so it's in my mind. Funny guy. Big Shaq. Yeah, still sticks around. I think that's a bit of a UK mix name, isn't it?
Yeah.
What is it like? I can't remember, but something about being hot, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, big trade.
Man's
U-Jerks gonna find Flamey. Okay, this is looking really good for SAW.
Yep, and there certainly won't be any hot people on the SAW side in this round because One Win out of utility. No smokes, no molotovs, no nothing. It will certainly not be hot. And Lollipop keeping in, just needs to take a dry duel. And that's not going to work against AWP. So this has kind of been the story of One Win's last few rounds. They kind of forced into taking these dry duels that just aren't going to work for them. At least not consistently. Still a 2v3, Glowing and Travis. 10 seconds though, and they're going to commit to the save because I believe it's necessary. The guns are not really going to be available for them next round. I think Deco and Flamey can buy. Lollipop can buy Galil utility. So if they want a full buy, this two-man save was of big importance. So 15-14, round 30 inbound. Overtime getting ever closer.
The utility a little softer this time around. Actually going for pretty much the same over towards B, though. And getting aggressive with it this time. U-Jerk's kind of burning himself. He's heard, he's tagged. Wouldn't this be heartbreaking? Oh, I don't think that's meant to go there. Either way, the action towards mid is not really the important area. It is, once again, the B-bomb site that is the site of interest. And look, they've rotated one. Okay, whoa, okay. What is Story doing? He's in, he's out, and he's out again.
All about?
Yeah, definitely, mate. He really doesn't know what to do with it. Nonetheless, the utility all the way down to the bottom once again. Where are one wing going to end up?
This is a tough call. 2 Molotovs and a flash, and you have to use the flash for the entry. It's as simple as that. What on earth do you do in this situation? No smokes for, left side or right side. On B, no smoke for CT. On A, I think B has to be the play. You can't afford to rush in toward the A-bomb site without that smoke for CT, unless you all go through Donut. And right now, one winner just hoping SAW make a mistake, but they're refusing to give them anything, and that's the right way to play. Here comes the Molotov from Deco. It's the presence shown. I think this one flashbang, as Deco gets given that second molly as well, might be the way to go. Just backside. 25 seconds to go. MUTiRiS here as well. 3 players for SAW here. What can they do with it?
$1 million question there, good sir. Flamey gonna find the first. Travis gets the second. Oh, it's fallen apart. They've read it. They've figured it. Let's see. Can the individuals save it? It's now just Roman. Nah, says Travis. And, well, he will be correct. Flamey with the final double. Lovely, lovely stuff. 16-14. Heartbreak for SAW, sorry. 1 win. Nearly heartbreak for them, I suppose, going to the overtime. Hell of a comeback and a hell of a T-side.
Yeah, very impressive. We really didn't think that 1 win were really going to make that one a possibility on T-side, of course, as well. They had a pretty rough start. They lost 2 or 3 rounds, which you would say they should never have lost. The P250 clutch comes to mind as well when he was full eco stuck in the cubby.